logical, which I'm not actually poo-pooing at all. I think we still are at a point where we have to feel like we can win games like this and not just suppose we can win games like this.
Beavers got outscored by 20 in the paint. What are you going to do to work on that and change that?
Played better defense. I actually thought in the first half our defense was pretty good. But in that second half, I just thought that we got so caught up in the fact that we couldn't score that we let our defense lapse. And, when they get some of those transition baskets that are layups, those count as point in the paint too. So it was hard to stop the bleeding once it started.
Sorry if you talked about this already, but what happened in those first few minutes?
I don't think it was anything other than we could not make plays. I thought we had good looks, and they just weren't falling. And I'm not ready to chalk it up to sort of an inability to play. It's just that at this time, we just at that point in time, we didn't make the shots that we needed to make, which we had done in the first half, or had done enough in the first half.
Coach, how big a factor is depth?
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I probably could have gone a little bit deeper, but we only had one game this week, so I didn't think the guys were, that tired when we were playing in the first half. And in the second half, I just thought we made some mistakes. We turned the ball over. And then once they went on a run, we tried to make it up by trying to swing for the fence rather than kind of grinding it out like we normally do.
I know you mainly rely on these players for defense, but between Jamal, Chale, Langston, Olaf, they combined for 0 points. None of them scored. Are you going to need more offense other than?
No, we got 5 guys averaging double figures. So, you have 5 guys, and we probably have 5 guys who have scored more than 20 points. I'd have to don't quote me on that, but I could make an educated guess. So we got enough guys who can score. What we need to do is for those guys who can score to be able to score.
Craig, how much of stopping the bleeding is kind of leadership out on the court and the guy to just kind of corral everybody?
Phil, you're right on point there, Phil. We have, since Angus has gone down, have had a void in the leadership department. And, and I try and get across to these guys that I can't be a leader. I can be a leader on the sideline, but not on the court. And I think a lot of that has to do with it. I think we have a group of very nice kids, but we don't have anybody who's going to take somebody and kind of shake them out of the negativity like an Angus would do. So I think you may be onto something. Again, it's a little bit early in the conference for me to try and figure too much off of one game, but we've thought about that as a staff. We've talked about that.
Craig, as you look at this game, that second half, what are some teachable moments that stand out to you right now?
Like every minute of it, almost. There'll be a lot to show in the film room, but I think these guys know. I thought that we didn't get to the foul line enough. I thought that we had wide open looks that we passed up to try and get something different, maybe better, but different. I usually like to say different. We're a kind of a team that when we're open, we shoot the ball, and I thought we passed up some shots today, trying to get better shots. So there's plenty of stuff that we can show these guys. You play a half like that, I could probably spend a whole day with them in the film room.
How big was the transition game in the second half?
It was really big, John. It was really big. We talked about Curtis. We talked about this in the pregame. We talked about it all week in preparation. We got to prevent them from getting transition baskets. Transition D was one of our points of emphasis. I thought we did a pretty good job in the first half. In the second half, again, when you're trying to fight back and you take long threes and you don't get offensive rebounds, that almost acts as its own outlet for them.
feel like you guys are still learning to play without Angus? Is there still things you need to do to kind of compensate his loss?
I think so. I think we do, because we played a non-conference schedule where we had a few games where we could play not to our best abilities and still win. That's not going to be the case in the conference, and I think we have to kind of deal with that